Hello guys, this is Kudo, and today in this video I will show you how you can build a camera system. By camera system I'm meaning you will be able to translate, rotate and zoom with your camera. So this video will be in three parts, so let's get into it. So the first part will interesting by the translating of the camera. So the first thing we need to do, so I just import the Simple Town Light from Senti Studio. So I will put a link in the description now, and you can download it and import it on your scene to have the same sim as me. So the first thing we need to do, so what we want to do, we want to go on a script and create our script. So let's create a C# script and let's name it camera system. And let's open it in Visual Studio. Okay, so now the script is open. So what we need to do, so we need to create some serialized field. So let's create a serialized field. And let's create some private camera. So that will be my main camera. So camera, and let's name it main camera. All right. After that, what we need to do, we need to create another serialized field. Let's create another private, so private parent camera. So don't worry, I will explain it why we need a parent camera. So parent camera. After that, what we need to create, so a game object of course. So game object. Okay, game object. After that, what we need to create, so let's create a third serialized field and let's create another game object. So this one, so private game object, and this one will be the transform camera. So transform camera. Okay, so and the last thing we will need to do, so I need some more variables. So let's create range. So this one, it will just the range is allow me to make a slider in the inspector, so it's very nice to handle the value. So it's not a must-have, but it's nice to have it. So I will make a range between 0 and 10.0f, and in that I will add the serialized field, and this will corresponding to my private float, so private float of my speed translation. So basically how speed I want to how fast I want my camera to move when I'm translating. After that, what I will need to create, so I will need to create three private so one vector 3. So vector 3, this will corresponding to my previous position camera, position camera, so camera, all right. After, so position, yeah, it's writing well. After that, we need a second vector 3, so private vector 3, because I will be using my mouse, so I will need to store the last mouse position, all right. Last with T, it will be better, all right. And the last thing I need to do, so I want to have a boolean, so private bool is cam translating. So is camera translating. All right, and for the translation part, we will be done. So so now what I want to do, I want to create some function. So the function, so right now I will need the update after. So let's create a private, all right, private void translate camera. So translate slate camera. And in this function, what I want to do, I want to make, I want to see if I'm translating or not. So to do that, what I will need to do, so I will use if input dot get mouse button down. So get mouse button down for 1. So if we press, what I want to do, oops, what I want to do, I want to is cam translating will be equal to true, okay. And the last position, so last mouse position will be equal to input dot mouse position, okay. And so I will need to use the main camera, so main camera dot transform dot parent. So we'll change our main camera parent, so the parent will be equal to transform transform camera dot transform. So basically what I'm saying here, I'm just saying, okay, my main camera will be a child of this game object. That's it. That's what he said. Okay, so just a quick thing. The get mouse button down is one we press one time, and when I will use the get mouse button up, when I release the mouse. So don't get me wrong, I can use the new input system, but I want the tutorial to be very easy. And if you are using the new input system, it's very easy to integrate it. So I just want to show the easiest way and the fastest way to make it. But tell me in the comment if you want a version with the new input system. I can do it. It's not an issue. But for now, I just want to keep it simple. So after that, I will say if, so input, again, input dot get mouse button up. So get mouse button up. What I want to do, so again, the button number 1. So depending how you want to split the rotation and the translation and the zooming, if you want the left clip, the right clip, it depends on you. So the one is corresponding to the left one, the left click. So if you want to pan with the right click, it's up to you, but does not really matter. So if we release the button of my mouse, what I want to do, so is camera translating will be equal to false because we are not translating anymore. And what I want to do, I just want to make main camera dot transform dot parent will be equal to the main parent, so parent camera dot transform. So basically I put this here because it depends if you got some parent on your camera. I will just store this information and it will be useful if we are using this. So now after I just see if I press the button on my mouse or not, what I want to do, if I want to check if the camera is translating. So if camera translating, what I want to do, so some very basic math. So I will make a vector 2. So vector 2 of movement, so movement mouse delta. So basically how long and the distance I make with my mouse will be equal to, so input dot mouse position, so mouse position, minus, so I think you guessed it, the last mouse position. And what we want to do, we want to normalize this this vector. So why normalize? Because normalizing a vector meaning it should return a value between 0 and 1, or maybe -1 and 1. Not sure about this, but at least it's stuck between two values. After that, let me show. Yeah, it's maximum 1. So that's close the case. So after that, what I want to do, so I want to make the main camera dot transform dot local position. So it's important to use local position because remember when we're translating the camera, we change our parent. So this is why we need the local position will be equal to, so the main camera, so main camera dot transform dot local position minus, so buckle up, so let's create a new vector 3 because remember the main camera dot local position is a vector 3, and what we want to do in this vector 3, so we want to have the mouse the movement mouse delta dot x, so the x of the speed of my mouse, multiply by the speed translation. Okay, and same for the y-axis, so movement mouse delta dot y multiply by the speed translation, because here we got the speed translation. By the way, speed translation will be equal by default by 5.0 f. And in z-axis, we don't need it, so we'll put 0. Okay, and the last thing we need to do, we want to again update the latest position of my mouse. So the last mouse position will be equal to my input dot mouse position. Like that, the latest mouse position will be updated. And with that, we can save this, and we just need to call this function in the update function. Like this. So disclaimer again, I can use a coroutine, I can use a task to increase the performance, but I don't want to. Again, I just want to keep it simple for most of the user. So now we are done with the translate camera. So I don't need the start function, so I can erase this, and we can save this, and now we can head back to Unity. Alright, so heading back to Unity, what do we need to do? So let's create an empty game object. Let's create camera system. Let's reset everything. Let's add the camera system. Okay, camera system. And let's drag and drop some parent and transform camera. So this will be very easy. So what I want to do, I just want to create an empty game object. So let's create let's name it parent camera. I think I name it, and it's important to reset it. So let's reset it to 0, 0, 0. Inside the parent camera, let's create an empty game object. Let's name it transform camera. So transform camera. And again, make sure everything is reset. So this is the scene from Cincy Studio with a simple town. So the camera is here. So what I want to do, so I just want to go on camera system, drag and drop everything. So the camera I want, the parent camera, and the transform camera. So here, as you can see, you got the speed with the slider. So it's very nice. And what I want to do, I just want to make play. And let's see if the system is working. So as you can see over there, the system is working. So it's a little bit fast. So let me just quickly rearrange the speed. So maybe let's make 2.2. Okay. And yeah. So not bad, right? That was the translating part. So just a quick fix error. So the mouse button 1 is not the left but the right button on the mouse. Don't forget to put time.delta time in your translating, and if you want, you can put it outside. I mean the speed translation. It's basically up to you, and to be even more fair, you can put parentheses over there to make sure everything is looking good. So yeah, so let's save this, and so it's basically up to you to change it or not. So okay, so this is a translating part on your camera. So that's it, guys, for the first part. So keep in touch. The second part will be about the rotation, and you will understand the zooming on the third part, and we'll understand why we need all this thing. So I'll see you in the next part. Thanks for watching. So if content equal to like or user learn something equal to true, user should thumb up plus subscribe. Else, user should dislike but help me to improve. Thank you, and I'll catch you guys next time.